Well, they made us wait, but here it is. This year's Giro d'Italia has finally been revealed. Even once in the auditorium, the organisers seemed to want to hold on to the route, a presentation that lasted 2 hours. There for us to get the immediate reaction was Andrea Berton.
We are in Rome for the Giro d'Italia 2025 edition route presentation. Giro d'Italia is going to make history this year because for the first time it will take the start from Albania next May the 9th. It's going to be a pretty hard edition of the Giro d'Italia, number 108, with 52,000 meters of total ascent. We are going to have 8 middle mountain stages, including a Strade Bianche stage with gravel road sections finishing in Siena, and 5 finishes on top. After 25 years from the first time, the Colle delle Finestre, a mythical climb where Chris Froome made history in 2018, is going to come back on the penultimate stage. Quite an amazing edition of the Giro d'Italia, for sure.
An Albanian start provides both spectacle on the road as well as a window into a nation that's really keen to show itself and its beauty off to the world. After 3 stages that could result in anything, a time trial in the middle of 2 lumpy days, the riders then go across the Adriatic to Puglia, Lecce for the first of 3 possible sprint opportunities. After the race visits Naples yet again, there's an opportunity for the first summit finish at Tagliacozzo, thus first real test of the GC legs. Then there's a journey through Abruzzo, the Marche, Emilia-Romagna and all the way to Tuscany, Siena, its white roads, and this emblematic finish.
That was unique. This is Pogacar, and there is nobody at all like him.
The second and final TT will be a scenic one for the cameras between Lucca and Pisa. But as they finish in front of the Leaning Tower, a title tilt or two might already be in trouble. Easier days on paper at least then come throughout the second week. Another Giro visit to Slovenia is on the map. Nova Gorica hosting a stage finish as it celebrates being the European capital of culture. The week ends with an ascent of Monte Grappa for the 2nd year in a row, before descending into the Reste in Asiago. The final week is usually hellish and begins in mountainous fashion.
Stage 17 is going to be, in my opinion, the queen stage of the 2025 Giro d'Italia, climbing up to Passo del Tonale, Passo del Mortirolo, one of the 3 hardest climbs in Europe, together with Monte Zoncolan in Italy and Angliru in Spain. I mean, Mortirolo is the climb where the legend of Pantani began in 1994, and I think that stage finishing in Bormio after climbing Passo del Tonale, Mortirolo and up to Le Motte climb as well is going to make his mark on the general classification of the Giro d'Italia, and it's too hard not to be considered the queen stage, even if the Colle delle Finestre on the penultimate stage of course will be able to shape again the GC of the Giro d'Italia.
After a midweek chance for the sprinters, the GC riders and breakaway battlers face a gruelling 48 hours in the far northwest of Italy. We'll see some of the Val d'Aosta's toughest ascents on stage 19, before more of this on the final mountain day.
This is outstanding run right now. We've still got 80 kilometres to go, don't forget. Chris Froome is taking advantage here. Well, my goodness, is he going to be taking the mick? To be honest, when he goes over the top, how long is he prepared to be isolated? Oh, Chris Froome! Knockout performance!
Colle delle Finestre and Sestriere, 2 places steeped in Giro history, and for those who've then made it this far, there's another transfer, but then for the 3rd year in a row, an opportunity to finish off in style, just as Mark Cavendish did in 2023.
Here comes Cavendish through the centre. There is Cavendish through the centre. Milan's out the game. It's going to be a fairy tale. There's a crash behind, but it's Mark Cavendish. Mark Cavendish. Enjoy it. Savour it. Remember it. The world's best. The greatest of all time. Sprints to victory again. In Rome, Mark Cavendish is eternal.
So it's Albania to Rome. A first look reveals a race shorter on mountaintop finishes than usual, and one that seems to stray a little bit from its identity. But the devil is often in the detail, isn't it? Teams will be now poring over the route profiles, looking for where those battles will be fought. 3 countries visited, 42 kilometres of time trialling, but there's just one climb that strays above 2,000 metres. That seems to indicate a fear of snow and farcical management of protest that have stained recent editions of the Giro. All of that said, by the time that May comes around, we'll all be excited for the start, won't we? So too will this lot.
What do you like the most about the Giro d'Italia 2025 route?
I think every stage is a nice opportunity for try to do something. The Giro is different to the other races. In a normal stage you have 2 climbs or small climbs or short but very steep, and you can do something. But especially the last week for me is the best. No? I have 3 stages around 5,000 meters ascent when the rider will be very tired. For sure, this 3rd week can do the difference.
We have at least 3 stages which can be candidates to be the Queen stage of the Giro d'Italia. Which one would you pick up?
Wow. For me, the stage 20, because it's the Col de la Finestre. It's very steep climb, long climb, sterrato, and also it's the second last day. For me, will be the Col de la Finestre, that this year also will be the Cima copy. We saw in the past that happen always many different things in this climb, no? With when Froome attacked Dumoulin, or when in 2015 I lost the wheel of Landa and Aru, and I was close to lose the Giro d'Italia. For me, the stage 20 will be the king stage.
The course really like. I think is good for me. The two train trials are a bit too much on the first part of the Giro for me, and but for sure I will try to gain a bit seconds to the contenders, and then the last week will be super hard, and really important for the final classification of Giro.
So we've seen the route, but who will be there? The first indications are of a stellar start list. Former winner Roglic returns, backed by 2022 Victor Hindley and podium finisher last year Martinez. Van Aert makes his debut. There's talk of a 2019 Maglia Rosa man Carapaz there as well, with Baldé's final Grand Tour confirmed as being the Giro. A Yates family feud, Ayuso perhaps backing up talking the talk with walking the walk, and a sprinkling of Landismo too. Plus there's Gaudu, Bilbao, Quintana, G, Coy, Pouls, Del Toro, and plenty of others who are yet to announce. There could also be an invite for the likes of Pidcock, Alaphilippe and Hirschi. From now until May, speculation will be followed by confirmation. Now those in the theatre in Rome were in the presence of a modern Italian star. Yes, Elisa Longo-Borghini, winner of the 2024 Giro Women, was there to see this year's route revealed. More from the Maglia Rosa winner in a moment. First, the 8 stages to be taken on.
The Women's Giro d'Italia, we start with a 13.6 kilometers time trial from Bergamo, a city which has a strong connection with cycling, with so many fans, so many great champions in the past, like Paolo Savoldelli and many others, Felice Gimondi, 2 of the great winners of the men's Giro d'Italia. It's going to be a pretty hard edition for the women's, because we are going to have 14,000 meters of ascent, 1,000 more than last year, with 2 finishes on top. We'll see if Elisa Longo-Borghini will be able to clinch one more title, one more pink jersey after winning last year, after a epic battle. It's been a quite hard edition of the Giro d'Italia in 2024, but this year is going to be even more interesting and hard. We can't wait for the Women's Giro to start to watch it and comment it.
So, Bergamo to Imola, memories of Lombardy in the World Championships, of fast, furious and dramatic racing. More of them will be created this year, with a similar route formula to the one that saw Longo-Borghini win the title last time out.
Elisa Longo-Borghini rides clear to secure the Maglia Rosa
Monza for Italy. Longo Borghini gets the win in the Giro that she has fought for her whole career.
A TT for starters before journeys to mountain terrain that on paper actually look like some of the easier stages. Then it gets hard when we get to the Veneto. In total, there's just under 1,000 kilometres to ride, but the same number of extra climbing metres in this year's edition, taking the elevation gain to 14,000 metres in total. The stage to Montenerone looks like it should be decisive, with a brutal 15-kilometre climb to the top. The day after, the Giro takes on a World Championship circuit used as recently as 2020, with a chance to pop Prosecco corks in the pink jersey and on one of the most famous motor racing circuits on the planet, in Imola. Let's see what the initial reaction to the route was.
What about the course? It's been unveiled today. Do you like it? What do you like the most?
Yeah, I really like the course. It seems like it's following the same pattern as last year's course, with an opening time trial and the last 3 stages getting harder and harder. I literally really like the Imola stage because it reminds me of the World Championships back in 2020, but I also like the stage of Montenerone. It's going to be a very tough one. And I'm looking forward to be riding the Giro.
I think the stage in Montenerone is going to be the hardest, probably the hardest day of the season, maybe, because it's 3,000 meters of ascent in one day, no time to breathe, no flat sections. What do you think about this stage in particular?
I think it's worth reckon for sure. So I'm gonna get organized with my team, and we are going to reckon that stage for sure, because it seems like a tricky one. There is no time to breathe with the constantly up and down, and I think it's going to be the key stage of the Giro.
Well, there you have it, the route of the Giro D'Italia and the Giro D'Italia women for 2025. But did you get everything that was on your own wish list? Let us know what you think the route should have been, if it's not to your liking, in the comments section below. That's it for this special edition of the Gruppetto, but we'll be back in just a couple of weeks with the first edition in a brand new series. Until then, it's goodbye.